Futurism begins with the Enlightenment. Igniting the modern world, new political theories emerged. A push for radical change united the people. Philosophers eagerly pondered the future of civilization, and violence was used to bring them there. The Industrial Age closely followed, increasing the boundaries of science, building economies on factory work, mechanizing the new world, and giving us the camera, which made realism in painting much less needed. Bringing us to Modernism. Within the chaos of the new art landscape, the poet Filippo Marinetti arose, only to then almost immediately dodge two motorcycles. While laying in the ditch that he swerved into, he had a realization that the beauty and violence of the modern age must be celebrated by art. Rising from the ditch a changed man, he quickly composed a manifesto preaching his epiphany. Published on the front page of a prominent French newspaper, he quickly gained a loyal collection of artists from his homeland, Italy. While looking at the futurist paintings being produced soon after this, shared themes and techniques grow evident. While the first reaction probably is in response to the chaos and dynamic forms used, the paintings all depict one united concept: violence in the most raw form possible. The violence portrayed in these paintings, however, are far removed from the usual modernist perspective. Unlike the war paintings of other modern artists, such as Picasso, these celebrated and relished in the violence they depicted. Marinetti viewed war and violence as necessary aspects of both society and art, stating, "Art, in fact, can be nothing but violence, cruelty, and injustice." As Futurism formed its own Italian nationalist ideology, the anarchists who originally thrived in the movement quickly dwindled. Soon Europe was engulfed in the conflict of World War I. At the same time, Marinetti released his futurist avant-garde sound poem Zang Tum Tum, depicting the recent Battle of Adrianople that he witnessed as a journalist.
Ogni 5 secondi cannoni d'assedio spentare spazio con un accordo. Pam, bum bum. Ammutinamento di 500 echi per assannarlo, sminuzzarlo, sparpagliarlo all'infinito.
Experimental and incredibly unique, the poem was influential to modernist poetry as a whole, forwarding the recently popular concept of playing with form as an engaging storytelling method. The war raged on as all futurists under Marinetti's far-right nationalist views were encouraged to fight for Italy, including Umberto Boccioni, the artist and sculptor. He then fell off his horse and died without seeing any combat, an omen for where nationalism would eventually lead the other futurists. In 1917, Luigi Russolo gave his first noise concert, which was met with extreme hostility. A futurist film movement also emerged, but all of its movies, except for one, Teus, were destroyed. It still was heavily influential as some of the first true science fiction films. Teus is available for free online. But at this time in Italy, a man was beginning to rise in power.
Con le quali si serve la vera pace, la quale non può essere dissociata dalla giustizia, altrimenti è un protocollo dettato dalla vendetta, dal rancore o dalla paura.
The futurist political party Marinetti began soon merged with Benito Mussolini's new fascist party and quickly wrote a manifesto for the new ideology. Becoming friends, Marinetti would play a major role in Mussolini's new regime. But then a strange thing started occupying his mind: pasta, which he believed to be the cause of the Italians' laziness, so he expanded the reach of futurism to cooking, where he attempted to aid his country in fine cuisine. To see some of his bizarre recipes, I highly suggest watching the Art Assignments Food episode on Futurism. Often these strange meals would require many factors other than food to occupy all of the senses at once. He believed that anything not grown in Italy should be shunned, convincing Mussolini that homegrown rice was the future of Italian cuisine, a topic that filled the rest of his life. Marinetti died in 1944, taking Futurism with him. Only months later, his friend, the originator of fascist ideology and dictator, would be executed and mutilated beyond recognition. While it is impossible to separate Futurism from its fascist ties, the incredible influence its art has had succeeds the majority of other movements, even if it romantically depicts a future I hope we never see.